Hello and welcome to Baggio's Penalty Landing in My Garden. My name's Andrew. With me is my good friend Scott, and we're here. We've pivoted from our Where the World Cup podcast. We've come back and we've gone. We started nostalgia, Scott. It was a World Cup nostalgia podcast. We pivoted into the actual World Cup, and now we're kind of going back and we're going back nostalgia. So what we're going to do is, me and Scott have been friends now for fucking too long. 16 years, I think it is, Scott.
Thereabouts, 16 or maybe 17.
And we love doing nothing more than chatting about football and putting the world to rights and being nostalgic about football, our football careers, what could have been. So what we're going to do is we're going to we're home for every 2 weeks or so to watch like a classic match, something maybe we've seen at the time, maybe we didn't. We're going to go through like what happened, best moments. We're going to have some categories, pick out players, ones we'd forgotten about, ones we'd never heard of. And each time we're going to do that, and we're just going to try and have some fun and kind of reminisce and see where it takes us. So for the first one, we both found the same video at the same time on YouTube. It is the 2017 El Clásico between Real Madrid and Barcelona. And I put this got why this game, but I pretty much sells it. It's meant to be deemed as one of the best El Clásicos of all time.
Yeah, so I don't think either of us had seen it before.
I don't think I've even seen the highlights before.
I think I've seen some highlights. I don't know if I've seen all of them. But it is one of those ones that people continuously talk to at the time. That I remember about. So yeah, I thought, well, I think we both did. You know, it's quite strange how we both kind of came up with that. The exact
I searched on YouTube. It was like full match, and it was there. Then I did a search for what are the best El Clásico games, and it was up there. I was like, right, well, that's that decided. That's a great way.
It was just. I think basically I went in El Clásico and full match, and that was the first one that kind of popped up. I like the fact my dogs turned up and destroyed my.
George just made that song.
Yeah, he just went there. I'm not having any of those scarves up. But no, I thought, you know, it was you that said that it's somewhere it was labelled the best El Clásico in the 21st century.
Yeah.
So what better way to kind of jump in than, again, I hadn't seen it's supposedly the best of its kind.
And so for context, Barcelona go into it's the second half of the season. They'd drawn one each at the Scott, are you a Nou Camp or a Camp Nou guy? Where do you stand on?
I called it Nou Camp.
Yeah.
So it was brought up. It was I've said and written both, but you know, if somebody went very quickly, just said, where the Barcelona players in Nou Camp?
Yeah,
I think most people our generation probably did. I think it was maybe kind of 2000s onwards that it kind of went to Camp Nou.
I guess
it was always kind of
Spanish. I think it's also Camp Nou. I think as well.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that is exactly what it was. You'd probably get people like Sid Lowe and all that who lived there know how to, you know, what the pronunciations are. But growing up in the 90s, it was the Nou Camp.
So it was 1-1 in the Nou Camp, and then this game in the Bernabéu, Barcelona going to 3 points behind Real, but Real got a game in hand, so a massive game in
Scotland. The commentator said that quite a lot of times. It was a tough game against Celta Vigo.
Oh, tough game against Celta Vigo. I kind of feel like, is it?
Oh, yeah. Maybe 2017, I don't know. But
have they got Aspas, possibly? Hugo Aspas, was he there before or after?
He was there for a long time, so yeah, maybe, possibly. Yeah, I think he'd been after Liverpool there, so maybe, yeah.
Also, Neymar.
Although, I tell you something, 2017 hit the nail on the head there. I would have thought Neymar was gone. I would have thought Mascherano was gone by that point. I was
still there.
I didn't think Luis Enrique would be the manager at that point at Barcelona. I don't know.
We'll get to him.
It's funny how, but it's funny how your kind of mind manifest situations that actually weren't.
It's true. So it's a 2016-2017 season. So Neymar's there, but he's suspended. He got sent off. I guess it must have been the game before. It was like a 3-game suspension, I think they said. But you look at the teams are absolutely stacked. It's like two kind of all-star, I'll say all-star 11s because Barcelona's bench is fucking woeful. So you got Keylor Navas in goal, Dani Carvajal, Nacho, Sergio Ramos, Marcelo, fucking hell, ruined that. Modric, Casemiro, a very slim Casemiro, looking quite svelte. I was impressed with Toni Kroos. Gareth Bale got apparently a surprise start. He'd been injured. Karim Benzema and Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo in his little blonde floppy hair. Fucking woeful haircut that, mate. Shocking. Barcelona is Ter Stegen in goal, Sergi Roberto, Gerard Piqué, Samuel Umtiti when he was still alive to play football, Jordi Alba, Rakitic, Sergio Busquets, Iniesta, then Messi, Suarez, and a guy who I didn't realise played for them, Paco Alcácer, was up front. You're like, fucking hell, scraping the barrel there. So, apart from one or two, you're like, that is two stacked 11s.
I think it was, again, Arda Turan had been injured previously, so I think that's why Paco kind of started.
And even if Arda Turan's starting for Barcelona, you're like, something's gone wrong.
Well, I'm trying to think. They always seem to have the three, but once the one had dropped out, there wasn't always a kind of. I mean, did Braithwaite, remember, come on? Coming in at some point. So I think it's they always had the three, and there was always kind of somebody else would come on, and you're like, oh, okay, I don't really know that.
Because how do you convince someone? Do you want to come be a backup for Messi, Suarez, and Neymar? You're like, maybe not, lads. How much are you paying me?
Yeah, I mean, we would be better off probably, Boyan or something. You're a youngster going through, kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess that's why the youngsters usually got a chance, because that's how you convince someone to. There's a Moroccan kid whose name escapes me. I think he ended up at Sevilla. He got a couple of games around that time. Like Bojan, you mentioned. Yeah, it's probably how Messi got his start back then. Yeah, so we'll quickly go through kind of what happens. Everyone, if you watched, I did put the video link on Twitter. We'll put it on the description as well. So it does finish 3-2, but we'll get there. It's 1-1 at half time. We got a tap in from Casemiro in the first half, kind of very fortunate to just the right place, right time, and then an absolutely lovely solo goal from Messi to equalise for half time, which will.
I don't think it was a solo goal. I think there was a good passing bit leading into it. I think it is
the little
Busquets, Rakitic and stuff. We're getting. Obviously, Messi's made it a lot more special than it is.
Don't bog down this part of the show, Scott. Come on, right?
But I just think I wouldn't say solo effort. I think it was more of a team goal than that.
Let us know in the comments: solo goal or team goal. So we get the second half, and Real started really well. But then Rakitic makes it 2-1 with a tremendous left foot finish. 4 minutes later, Sergio Ramos apparently was a terrible decision when he 2-foot lunges into Messi and gets a straight red card, which he didn't believe for some reason.
The bizarre thing about that is it's just inside. It's inside Barcelona's half. It's the strangest decision of a football to just have the player there. That was crazy.
And then minutes after James Rodríguez comes on, he scores, turning in Marcelo's cross, a deflected cross that came off Rakitic's boot. And then we get to the end where I think if you watch the video, you know what's coming. Didn't know how it was coming, but Messi, left unmarked, edge of the box, scores left-footed to win 3-2. So the first section we're going to do, Scott, is our kind of moments of the game, and then we'll pick one that's kind of the moment of the game. This doesn't have to be goals. It could be like the red card or just something silly or whatever we want it to be, and we'll just kind of discuss. So what have you got for your moments of the game?
I think so. The key moments for me is the Barcelona goals. All of them were quite special. Kind of sum up Barcelona of that kind of Pep, Luis Enrique kind of bookends in terms of coaching Barcelona, that they just passed through them. Rakitic is obviously a bit different. Just kind of takes on his left and just smashes it into the top corner.
I love a goal at that when you the little fake shot on the right and absolutely Toni Kroos absolutely buys it.
Yeah,
and then to finish with that on your left as well. Oh, beautiful finish.
And then obviously Messi's goal to seal it. It's always enhanced when it's into an injury time goal. Then there's
so much about that. The Sergio Roberto run.
The Sergio Roberto run makes it. Yeah, that's
92 minutes. How there was only 2 minutes injury time, I have no idea. Right?
But this is before. You had your long 6-8 minutes.
You're still meant to have like 30 seconds per sub. There's been 2 goals scored,
Some
and
of
there's
the
been a straight red.
some of the refereeing decisions were strange. So because I mean, it was
How was it only 2?
few kind of I'm sure there's lots of conspiracy theories in Spain that probably looked at that game and thought, "Oh, this referee's been bought."
But yeah, Sergio Roberto, that burst from like right back through the middle, it kind of and that creates a space because everyone kind of like converges on him. And then when the ball goes left we'll get to Andre Gomez because he finds Jordi Alba. And then what's really interesting, I was like, who's not marked Messi here? There was 3 Barcelona players in the box getting marked by 3 Real Madrid players. Just sucked them all into the penalty spot. And Messi's just kind of sauntered from the right into the centre, like kind of behind like, the draft of Sergio Roberto's run. Is kind of like, no one's seen me here. And like, you can't leave Messi outside the box.
With hindsight, and even by that point, we knew that was Messi's way of doing things, to just walk and
but it's not like someone space. There was no one free in the box who could have come out. They were all marking someone. He's just sucked them all in, and then
but as I say, he becomes invisible at some points, which seems amazing because he's like GOAT. But it does seem.
You mentioned Ronaldo's hair, but the Messi beard era was strong as well.
That was strong. Yeah,
strong hair and beard combo.
Another moment, probably, as I say, defines the game, as we've already touched on, is the Ramos red card. Because obviously at that point, the game was tight, and
he's given all it as if it was kind of like, I'll see you in there, I'll get you in there, fucking keep chatting. He just 2-lunged into Messi.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I honestly don't know what he was thinking. I don't know why he did it.
I kind of hope these players go behind it and go, fucking hell, fuck that, didn't I? Well, you'll never say in public, but kind of get and go, fuck, made an arse of that.
There's no way you can make me realise why he's done that. Do you know what I mean? It's just craziness. And then the most iconic part of the whole entire game we'll come on to after your moments, just to see if you bring it up.
Okay, well, I've got Messi's first goal. I just love the little dip of the shoulder. It's that when the world's speeding up, he just seems to slow down, and to have that composure and guile, just sort of like just dance to the left, a little sway, and then seems to have all the time in the world to pick the corner. I picked out Sergio Roberto's run for the winner because at that time of the match, right back who's been up and down that wing all game, just to have that little bit extra is phenomenal. And I had to do one, the Ronaldo fluffed miss after the great ball from Asensio, where he's like put it on a plate from a little bit behind him and whatever.
So
one of the best players in the world.
I've got a theory on that. Right? I think if you look back on it, Ronaldo's ran offside. So Asensio's had to play it back because you can't play it forward for a pass.
I think the commentator said that, is that he had to.
And I think he's played it. So he's played it behind, and Ronaldo's went that step too soon. So I would take a look at that. I'd like, but I think what he's done is run himself offside, and that's why Asensio probably hasn't looked up, because he could still maybe played it across, maybe still been a bit better, but he's played it behind because he knows that he can't play it forward because it would then possibly cause an offside decision. But
I still think a player who
Ronaldo should still
so highly should still.
But again, the funny thing about it is that Messi had an absolute sitter at the back post in the first half, and he missed that as well.
Yeah.
So you think of the two best players, two best finishers of certainly of our generation, and they both kind of missed what could be conceivably seen as sitters.
Ronaldo was terrible. I think. Terrible the whole game.
Oh, listen, right. Let's just get it off my chest. Let's get it off my chest. The game was quite bad.
Up until
20 minutes. And this is a good thing about nostalgia, stuff like this, but we can look back at these games. For the last 20 minutes, yeah, it was good. It was end to end. There was chances getting created. Teams were getting tired, this, that, and next thing. But for the first 70 minutes, there was lots of mistakes. The forwards were fucking atrocious. Messi was probably above average, but he wasn't much better than that. Ronaldo hardly got kicked. Bale was absolutely houfing.
And he went off.
Bale was houfing. I know he might have been injured and all the rest of it, but he went off after 35 minutes.
I wrote down at one point, Benzema's been shite, and then like 2 minutes later he set up a chance. I was like, well, but he wasn't good either.
He had one chance, and it seemed like an easy chance, and he hit it straight at the goalkeeper from 5 yards out. Benzema.
that was
That's
the
the
one
only thing I
wrote
can remember
I
him
wrote
doing.
just
The whole
before.
thing.
Benzema's been crap,
Straight
then he gets the
at
header.
Ter Stegen. Yeah. And Suarez wasn't that great. I didn't see him much in the game. Paco, who we mentioned, they all had chances and they all hit it straight at the goalkeeper that I can think of.
Yeah, the Paco
so
Alcazar one had the little stat.
you think of all those, I mean, take Paco out it. There's 5 really world-class strikers for the time. And apart from Messi, 4 of them were absolutely shit, essentially. Thought as being strikers. I'm sure Suarez made some good runs that opened up for Messi and things like that. But the midfield was better. You keep dropping in and out, Andrew.
I was going to say, can you hear me all right? It's just said trying to reconnect, make sure you have a stable connection, which I think I do. But I'll just hold off until it. Don't fucking do this to us in the first place.
Yeah, you keep on. You keep on kind of as if you're underwater now. Your picture's going really bad. That seems better.
I mean, the upload thing's stuck at 86%.
You've not
so
moved
it's not.
last 20 seconds.
Right.
So you're fair. Yeah, that seems all right now.
I'm waiting because it's like the upload
So
thing in
there's-
mine's on 80. Trying to talk and you turn over me. My reconnection thing isn't uploading the file as fast as it usually does. So I'm kind of waiting. Yeah, my Wi-Fi's dropped down to 1 bar. Don't know what to do about that. A second. Is this any better now?
It seems to be, which is fine.
Because I'm pretty sure we were talking over each other there because we couldn't hear what each other was saying.
It's big T.
Okay, it's picking back up now, I think. Let's do a quick test. Download speed's fine. Is it the upload speed again? Well, see, the speed test seems alright. We're just having a...
Yeah. No, just had a wee fallout.
Yeah.
Joey to kick in with the midfield battle.
No, I think as long as because your thing's been uploading fine, it's mine that's been struggling. It should, because it kind of records them locally, kind of thing, and then inputs in there. It should be all right.
That's what I'm saying. Do you want me to come in where I said the midfield battle after my rant?
No, I think we got all that. Well, I got you saying it, so it's not.
I know, but then I was going to carry on with how good the midfield battle was.
Okay.
You know, you've got Rakitic, Iniesta. Help me out. Who's the other Barcelona midfielder? Busquets, yeah. And then you had Modric, Casemiro, and Cruz on the other side. I thought, that was intriguing. I like to see what they were doing.
I thought Iniesta was shite.
Yeah, I don't think Iniesta had his best game. For me, the best player in the park was Sergio Busquets. No, I'll just go on and say
we've got a whole section player of the match and you fucking go in.
I didn't know
he knows this. We've got a spreadsheet with the fucking categories.
I didn't know. Yeah, we've got categories. I didn't know if I would then just evolve and say it just now.
No.
Right, okay. So
Scott, what was your moment of the match? What do you think the winner is?
So the moment, I'll tell you what the moment is, right? The most iconic moment of the whole entire game was Messi celebration at the end. Because that's everybody remembers it. That's the thing that people have got murals and pictures and things or everything else on it. There is no way that is not the most iconic moment of that match.
You got a booking though, mate. That's fucking. I hope you get suspended.
No, yeah. Listen, yeah. I think
I've also got an issue with. I've also got an issue with someone taking off their own shirt to present their own name in front of the fans. Like, we fucking know who you are. You fucking know you're Messi. Do you know if it's someone else that can attribute to someone that's broke the leg or something? Fine. It's fucking you.
But
look at me.
Was it not to the Real Madrid fans, or was it to go, this is...
listen, I know who you are.
I'm not saying that it was the most beautiful thing. I'm not saying it was the most important thing of it. I just think it's the most iconic moment of the game because that's what everybody remembers. If I said to you that Real Madrid game, you're like, oh, I don't know. And I said Messi does that celebration, you would know what game I'm talking about because of that.
Probably not some kind of weird block. I don't really know this has happened until that.
Surely you remember the celebration. You must have seen that in pictures.
Genuinely don't. I think that was me in the peak of my Football Whispers hating football period where I was trying to block everything out that existed. I think it has to be either the first goal or Sergio Roberto's run for the second goal.
It's a celebration.
Okay, well, you can have this one. We'll give you the.
I genuinely, it was the most. It was a picture that went around the world. That is, if you ask somebody about a Messi celebration, I think that will be definitely up there as top 1 or 2.
Right, Scott, who was your player of the match?
Right, shock you, Andrew. But I think it was actually Sergio Busquets.
It's a good shout.
I think I didn't fully appreciate Busquets until this game. I knew
his watching Rodri giving you kind of like a new appreciation for like.
No, I think it's just lack of watching La Liga at that moment in time. You saw him in the Champions League. Listen, I knew he was a fantastic world class midfielder. Of course he did, but I didn't realise he passed forward quite as many times as he did, and quite as quick as he did. He was in tight situations at time and just kept the ball for the team. I can definitely see why Guardiola thought he was one of the smartest players and picking him from Barcelona B, but I don't think I think people were talking about him not being good enough for Barcelona B at the time, all those years ago. He was he seemed like a higher IQ than everybody else. I think for Real Madrid, I thought Marcelo was the best for them. I thought he kept on going up and down the left wing.
I've made a note about I miss left backs like that. Getting up and down, a wee half yard, ball comes in, no messing about.
Yeah, quick ball into
none
the
of this
box.
inverted bollocks, fucking just getting it in. And, created James' goal, created a few chances. Like, as a person, scumbag, but as a kind of style of left back that I want, that's exactly what I want from my left back. And he was relentless. And even Danny Carvajal on the right was just like the same kind of way. Like, it just, and mind both sides, both fullbacks, both sides was like up and down, and down. And maybe Barcelona don't cross as much as Real do, but yeah, I thought.
Well, I thought it was interesting. I read about Umtiti. I was doing a bit of research for this game, and he was saying this weird dressed of you because obviously you knew him at Lille afterwards. But he said that Barcelona
played fucking 2 games.
I think it's six league games. I think over 2 years. But he does say, this is what I was going to say to you. He does say in an interview that Barcelona basically killed him. He came back from winning the World Cup. He wanted to do his own kind of rehabilitation for his knee, and Barcelona disagreed with it, and he felt that they just punished him for it throughout the rest of his time there. When he got depressed and stuff. And I think it's interesting hearing stuff like that, because I think people, especially tribalism, Barcelona fans and things like that, won't really see it that way. But, if you feel as if you're getting punished at your work, if I felt like I was getting punished at my work, it's going to lead to depression. It's going to lead to kind of wanting out, not doing your hardest and stuff like that. So, I did find that quite interesting.
I wonder what reason you would have to kind of like, if you want to get rehabbed a certain way, or like, why? I don't know why you would go against like that.
So I think what he said is that Barcelona wanted him to take surgery, and he spoke to like 4 or 5 specialists, and Barcelona were the only ones that wanted the surgery. Everybody was like, no, you can probably manage it better.
Well, that's interesting, because there's something going on at the moment, because the way La Liga works, right, you register 25 players, and the salary can only go to like a certain amount, and it's based on like your team's income. So like Barca and Real kind of higher than anybody else can. Frankie de Jong doesn't want to have surgery, but if you have surgery, Barca get to use 80% of your wages on other players that they register.
Right, yeah.
So you think about it, if Umtiti they got surgery, they could then replace him with somebody else. Whereas if you don't,
I don't know if that was the same rule at the time, but it was certainly something. Could be something into that as well. Yeah. So who was
the way things went around the world?
Probably was then. That was probably a reason.
I was doing the same with Andorra, and because I'd risen so quickly, our revenue was really small, so our wage cap was quite small. I tried to sign Lisandro Martinez and didn't know the rule existed. And I had him on like 200 grand a week and fucking fucked my whole squad trying to register him.
Handling by himself.
Pretty much. So who's your player of the match?
I'll ask the question.
My player of the match, I'm going to go for Gerard Piqué. I thought he was brilliant at the back. I thought he was outstanding. Some of the blocks he put in, getting his body in the way, just like that. Kind of he was the kind of the bridge from Carlos Puyol to the kind of hid in his bit. And I just thought he was always in the right place. He's good on the ball. Like,
should have scored.
should definitely have scored. Why was he? I was like, why was he even there? I couldn't work out why he was in the box. Like in the 83rd minute or something. He was just in the box. Yeah, I just thought he was outstanding all the way through the game. You got three of the best forwards in the world against you, and whether they were terrible or not, they're still there. He was great.
I will never forgive him for what he did to Shakira. So that's.
It's true. Wait,
so.
We'll just got scumbags all over the place. Fucking
no,
Marcelo,
that game is full of scumbags.
But
yeah,
I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah, he was solid. I'll give you that.
Okay, the next award is it's not got a proper name yet. I've just labelled it the who. So it's going to be someone you've totally forgotten about, or you may have forgotten that you played for them, something like that. So I'm going for Andre Gomez, Scott, because when he came on, I was like, because he went left wing. So I'm going, maybe it's not the Andre Gomez that I know about. It must be somebody else. And then he sets up Jordi Alba, who gets the assist for Messi's goal. And after the game, like, Andre Gomez. And I'm like, fucking is him. So it's Andre Gomez who ended up at Everton. He ended up at Lille for a bit. I think everyone knows that as this like centre mid, defensive mid, kind of metronome passer. And he's fucking playing left wing in the Bernabéu for Barcelona somehow. I was just like, it can't be the same guy. It can't be. And it was, yeah, I'm shocked.
It is one of the many that ends up in the States now, is that right?
He's I saw that, yeah. Columbus Crew,
I think it might have been, yeah. Because that's the thing, if there was on the pitch starting 5 ended up or still at Miami, Miami. So you've got Messi, Busquets, Alba, Casemiro's just joined, and Suarez. So there's 5. I think Mascherano was on the bench as well. Obviously, he went and managed them. So I think quite a few ended up in the States. Andre Gomez, I'm trying to remember when Son broke his leg, was he out on the left at that point? Was that down the touchline on the left? I could be totally making that up.
Son, when we talking?
Tottenham, Everton, did they not break his leg?
No idea, mate. No idea. Not a clue.
We'll look up in that. Or I'll set a look up in that.
Just one of those weird careers. He goes to Everton, came to us on loan. We kind of got rid of him. He came back to us when they released him. Didn't play, left. You're like, he was decent. He just was never.
So I think by the time you got him, he had that bad leg break, and I don't think he was ever the same player after that.
That's probably why we got him.
So yeah, possibly. But yeah, as you say, from what I remember of him, tiny centre midfielder, would never have had him out in the left wing.
He's quite big. He's not small.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Yeah,
stocky, but yeah, just because he showed a bit of pace down the left. And I'm going, it can't be the same one. Can't be him. But it is. Scott, before you go on to yours, go say who yours is. But I'm going to ask you a question once you say his name.
I'm going to try and say his name. That's going to be the fun part. I would say Paco Alsacia, but I don't know if that's the pronunciation.
Alcacer, I think, is
Alcacer.
What age do you think he is today?
I know exactly what age he is today, Andrew.
Damn it, he's
retired. He's retired at the age of 32.
32?
And he retired last season, so he retired at 31, I'm guessing.
If you'd have told me that 2017 game he was 32, I'd have believed you then as well.
Well, the funny thing is, he scored 12 goals in 18 games or 19 games for Spain. That's his best goals to games ratio of his whole career.
Well, I remember for that run he had with Dortmund. He was just fucking scoring every week. Because he had a loan spell. He scored 12 and 14 on loan at Dortmund. They went, we'll have you. Then he got 11 and 23. He must have got well, one season again. And then he must have went, I hate Germany. I want to go back to Spain.
21 million that Villarreal paid for, I think. 25 million maybe. And then ended up in United Arab Emirates.
Of course.
So I think maybe it's a crossover with Iniesta at one of those clubs at the Emirates, right. Possibly.
No, he was at Qatar, Iniesta, was he not?
Was he? I thought they both played. But anyway, it was just a total drop-off. Because I thought, I'd seen he was retired. I seen that he'd retired at the United Arab Emirates. I thought, it must be about 34, 35 or 36 or something.
Yeah.
And 31, just total drop-off. Crazy.
He started at the club called Torrent, who I went to see last season.
Right.
Just outside Valencia. He was there for 2 years. That's a good little...
Then he went to Valencia, is that right?
Valencia, yeah.
Barca.
And he was there for 6 years, Valencia. A loan spell at Getafe in between. 3 years at Barcelona. Like, really? I genuinely don't remember him playing for them ever until I watched that game.
Yeah, but those 3 years would have been Messi, Neymar, and Suarez.
Yeah.
So he's not getting a game, consistently.
37 games over 3 seasons. It's just not.
And they're not going to be 90-minute games by any stretch.
No, you're getting 20 minutes off the bench. Scored a whopping 5 goals for Sharjah in the UAE Pro League. Five goals in 3 seasons. Shame. He was the one I was going to go for that category until Andre Gomez came on. There was a few on
I
that
think
bench.
to be fair though, I think to be fair to us, but it was the easy one to pick because everybody else you kind of knew that
there's a few more candidates on the bench though. Like,
benches would have been fun.
Like the two rises, Mascherano you mentioned. I don't know who was on the bench for Real. I'm trying to get the bench up now before we get.
Well, Kovacic came on, so he's still playing.
Kovacic, yeah. Isco was on the bench. Danilo and Alvaro Morata was on the bench as well.
James Rodríguez came on and scored. That's
Look at Dean, PSG's new signing today. Dennis Suarez, what a fucking waster. He must be a money laundering signing, that Dennis Suarez. Went to Arsenal as well for money and never done anything.
I think the funny thing is, I think this season that it's just starting for some countries, I suppose, that now none of these players play for either of these two teams. Because Danny Carvajal has left.
Yeah.
Was there somebody else that maybe left this summer that kind of ended it all?
Or was it just Ter Stegen's just gone?
Ter Stegen, to Ajax. Well. That was the other one. Yeah. So quite a few still playing though. There is a few still playing.
It's 9 years ago.
I know, but just because you've got so many still playing, James Rodríguez, Modric, Neymar, but was it Suarez?
The one I wanted
Messi,
to look at, another money laundering.
Sergio Roberto has just got from Como to the States as well. I think it's LA Galaxy he's away to.
Okay. Marco Asensio. Whenever I've seen him, looks great. Looks like a great player. Is he just picked to made awful decisions all of his career? Like, why he stayed at Real Madrid for 9 years? It was like you're from Palma. You're not from Madrid.
No, but it's the biggest team in your country. I think that might have something to do with it.
Probably the 191 games is more than I probably would have said. But then he went to PSG. Terrible move. Bad move. The loan to Villa. Apparently they liked him, but probably it would have cost too much to get him. Now he's gone to if you played in the Premier League once, where do you go after that, Scott? You go to Turkey, where they all go.
I do think there's a parallel universe where he's probably made the right move somewhere and he's still playing top end Champions League football. Yeah.
Always it was really good when he came on. I've always liked him when he's got a bit of everything. He's not the fastest, but he's quick on the ground.
He's got quite a few caps for Spain as well, is he not? 20s or something maybe?
I think this was at 38. 38
as well. So clearly managers did trust him and stuff. I just don't think he kicked on to the heights that people were probably expecting.
At least he's still playing at a decent level.
Well, Turkey at the moment is just getting everybody into this, whoever it up top with their money.
The money. I was joking about the money. I know we're going on tangent. This is what we're going to do. Did you see that thing about how Galatasaray apparently afforded to pay for Osimhen?
No, tell me.
When Fernando Muslera, the goalkeeper, scored a penalty in a league game.
Oh no!
And the president apparently had a couple of million on it.
Of course he did.
It's the most Turkish football fight ever. You can just see him going, give it a keeper.
No, he's telling the other team to give him a penalty.
Yeah, penalty. Well,
everybody's in the pocket for that one.
Who have they signed this summer? And that's why, because I was like, I wonder if he's going to get paid. Salah's going to get paid as much as Osimhen did, and he's fucking getting paid more apparently, which is just insane money.
Yeah.
You said to be the 4th best team in Turkey. But as the president said today, like, the amount of money they'll sell on tickets and shirts and like,
Well, you said, I'm pretty sure it was you that sent me a thing through saying that
the
they were
flights
getting
from
direct
fucking
flights from
Cairo,
Egypt, and that is genius. To be
genius.
fair,
Oh,
that is
absolutely
genius.
genius. Because they'll sell out. Like, and it's someone else said the reason why he was going to go to like Saudi is like a Muslim country wanted like a Muslim superstar. But Turkey's the same. They've got
Well, but Turkey works a lot better for them because there's
yeah,
not the same issues between the two countries. So, from what I know
Champions
of,
League football.
from what
You
I
get
know of,
that.
from what I know of the region, Egypt and Saudi Arabia view each other as the kind of smaller country. So there's a lot of kind of infighting relationship wise between the two.
Right.
So Egypt would have hated Salah going to Saudi
Yeah,
Arabia
yeah.
because that's kind of new money, new thing, whereas all the history and traditions on Egypt's side. So I'm
This
pretty
is
sure.
based on absolutely nothing. I bet you there's a lot of like expats from Egypt, probably in Turkey as well. Like that,
Yeah,
and they
I'm
love
sure
their
there will be.
football,
Yeah,
and it'll be
yeah.
oh, they'll flock from the whole fucking every bit to see the main man. So next category is I've kind of labeled it as I miss those days. Something that we watch from a game and you go, fucking hell, I forgot that was a thing. And Scott, mine, I wrote it down within like I think it was like my second note was VAR.
I know,
And,
I know when I wrote it down for mine.
and we're not going to once we mention it, we can't mention it again because it's not going to be every podcast fucking VAR shite in it. There was like 2 offsides in the first 5 minutes, and I think one wasn't, one was, and there was no fucking bullshit. It was just flags up, on you go, play on. And I kind of went, no, it was the penalty as well, the Ronaldo penalty, was it, at the start? When, was it Umtiti hits him right
I
at
don't
the
remember
start?
the penalty. So what I remember, when it really kind of clicked into place for me, it was a lot longer than you, was the Marcelo elbow to Messi that cut
Messi's
his
face,
mouth open.
yes. And that was that end of the first half or start of the
And I'm
second?
not saying it should have been a red card. It was the end of the first half. Because when Messi had his sitter, he had the tissue in his mouth because he had that for the
Yep.
constantly for the rest of the first half. I'm not saying it was definitely a sender off. It probably wasn't actually maybe a sender off, but you'd have had 5 minutes of
That
VAR
fucking
looking at
slow
that.
motion. I've wrote down 90 seconds Umtiti challenge on Ronaldo penalty question mark, and I'm like, it was just like done, and the game is moving on. And I kind of went, is VAR not checking that until you remember?
Yeah,
like, fuck, there's no VAR. Like, fucking yes.
Even with Casemiro's goal, you're like, is Ramos offside? It turns out he wasn't, because he did get a replay afterwards. But again,
Yeah.
VAR would have taken another 10 minutes with that.
And for
There
the whole
was
game, I'm going, there's a few offsides, and I'm like, no one gives a shit.
No.
No one cares.
No.
There's not fucking riots in the stands. No one. It's just like
the game.
flags up.
The game went a lot quicker because of it. I felt as though there wasn't as many stoppages. There wasn't as many kind of let's the kind of don't celebrate a goal. None of that, and it just flowed a lot better because of it, in my opinion.
I think it's going to be a struggle not to probably do this segment every week of like the VAR sucks segment.
I know. I did think that when we both wrote it down. I was like, right, we're going to have to try and figure out something else.
But people just it's like referees making decisions. The flag's going up straight away. None of this. Wait till he gets the ball after 3 fucking 4. It's like just put the flag up and let's go on it. And they did. And it was so much better as a spectacle. And it's a shame.
This isn't really anything to do with VAR as much as I was shocked that Casemiro never got sent off just because of his first challenge and because of what I've really off him since.
I did think of you as soon as you got a yellow going, Scott will be loving this.
I was just like, well, what have you done? Why you did that? And I knew this was the better Casemiro of the two Casemiros.
Yeah.
Because I think he was a brilliant player at Real Madrid. I don't think he had his best game here. But yeah, he just kind of lunged in. I was like, is he actually going to stay on the pitch? Because this is a long time for him to be on a yellow card. But yeah, so I think my biggest takeaway is I think crap 70 minutes and then really good 20 minutes. And I think that's all you need in football for it to be a great game for a lot of people. It's just, how does the game end? And it was the right times as well. If it was a good 20 minutes, like bad 70 minutes, the other way around, you wouldn't even remember it as much. But I think there
was a few ebbs and flows. I think that Real started better, then Barca came into it. Then the start of the second half, it was all Real. They were pressing them, they were giving them no time on the ball. But they were really the better team. And then when they didn't get a goal, it kind of eased off, and then Barca got their foot on the ball again, and they took over. I know it was really interesting.
It does sum up the kind of last 20 odd years of the two of them. Barca were much better on the ball, cleaner, quicker with it. But Real Madrid was just dogged, and they took times out of the game, as you said. I think the last 20 minutes again, they went kind of more Mourinho style, and they're kicking players and chopping players down and stuff. But for the most part, that first 70 minutes, they weren't doing that. The first 75 minutes, they weren't doing that. They were actually not going into challenges much, apart from, as I've already mentioned, Casemiro. But
then when they got the man sent off, they still went for it. They were still trying to hit on the counter. Like they didn't.
I think they actually played somewhat better
stuff. Yeah. There's a bit more space because Barca are attacking a bit more, and a bit more space. They were trying to hit on the counter. I did write down because I didn't know James scored the second goal. Right? James on for Benzema. Weird decision that.
Well, I think I thought he was gone by that point as well. I thought he was gone by 2017 as well. So
I probably would have kept Benzema on just because he was holding the ball up. He was doing more than Ronaldo was doing, but you're not going to take Ronaldo off. So maybe I'd take off Cruz or Modric to kind of be a bit more attacking. But yeah, it was like two minutes later he fucking scored. I'd written down any other business, Scott, and you've already said your ones, and I've said so. I wanted to mention Luis Enrique's shiny grey suit because it was horrendous. When you see him now on the sideline at Paris Saint-Germain, one of the fashion captains, it's very stylish. He looks more grown up. That suit was fucking shocking. It looked like polyester fucking Asda Jaws number.
I'm assuming it was a club suit that he probably had to wear. Because I think I've always kind of... I don't know. But it was the first thing that I wrote down in my notes, and I just had a quick look at them again there. It was Zidane versus Messi. I did think that was a kind of blockbuster managerial kind of dugout situation.
Zidane Enrique, you said Messi.
Sorry. Yeah. Just Messi on the brain. Zidane versus Luis Enrique, especially with what happens now with Enrique's double Champions League with PSG. Although
I kept trying to watch and be like, can I see this PSG team now in what he was doing at Barca? And I couldn't really. Like, the bits I saw was, you know how wide Rakitic kept going all the time, and Fabian Ruiz does that a lot, and lets Nuno Mendes kind of go on, and Ruiz fills in that or gives a bit of width. There was that. There wasn't much else.
So I don't think you will see it because of Messi. I think everything's geared towards Messi, and you've not got Messi at PSG.
You can't do that side.
Yeah. And so there's things I think you just can't do.
Even just the movement in the midfielders, like his PSG midfield, so much more fluid. Whereas I said Busquets is your guy, he's your six.
Yeah, because Busquets couldn't do it. I don't think could do anything else. And yes, you're not going to really want away from that position. Rakitic is probably the most kind of...
When we're doing this, when you know kind of where a coach is going and what he's done, can you see the early signs of it? And I couldn't. And to me, that it gives you more respect for Enrique. It's like, I've got these players, we'll play like this, and then I'll go and I'll build this. Like, what was he like at Roma?
I think he was probably let down at Roma with the players that he had at his disposal. I think he tried to be attack minded, but kind of got picked off somewhat. I think it's just evolved. I think he has to evolve with what players that he's got at his disposal. I'd imagine that maybe the Barcelona teams previously, because it was the season maybe, or 2 seasons before, he had them as well. And I think they were maybe a bit more fluid. Messi slightly younger, Suarez, Neymar.
It was nice seeing Messi move. It was quite good. That was a nice bit of nostalgia.
I think looking at it, I don't think you can see much over it. I don't even think. I think it's an interesting watch when you're thinking of Zidane the player and Zidane the manager.
I was doing Zidane. What are we going to see from France? I was trying to, but it's just not.
I don't think you're going to see. He's got Mbappe at a better stage of his career than Ronaldo was there. I think he's going to be a bit more fluid than he's ever been at Real Madrid with France.
It depends what he's learned in the last 9 years. Like, who has he watched? Like, what's inspired him? How does he want to play? Like,
If I'm being honest, going just by obviously because he's only ever done it at Real Madrid, he seems to have learned more from Ancelotti than anything else. I don't see his playing style at Real Madrid. Never really did. I don't think it was quite as majestic, quite as attacking as he was as a player. Not as attacking, creative probably is the better word. So I think he adapts to the players like Ancelotti does.
It's going to be interesting to see what he does with them. Yeah, I just it's when I see Enrique now, it's the most stylish man in the world, and that was just the most horrendous disaster of a suit.
Maybe have been in a stylish suit at the time. Who knows?
It may have
2017 may have been the height of sophistication. I do think
because Zidane was looking much smarter on the side.
Zidane was. Yeah, he had his white shirt.
I'm not even that as an excuse.
White shirt. I do think that we should point out that Real Madrid actually go on to win the league, so it means
they do.
very little, and the whole end up.
They won their very tough game in hand against Celta Vigo.
They must have really deserved to win by beating that tough Celta Vigo team.
I should have looked at what that score was, but it was like 5-0 or something. But if I can find that.
But I did think it was a fascinating watch. I bet you I could find another 3 games in the 21st century, El Clásico games that were better than it as a full game. I do think it's just because of that last 20 minutes. But that's what football's like. It's like one of my favourite games is the Man United Bayern Munich final, and that's over. That's the last 5 minutes.
Horrendous. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the last 5 minutes. So it's just.
I watched the highlights of the 2022 World Cup final. Argentina scored really quickly, then the game does fuck all for 85 minutes until France decided to turn up for the end.
Yeah, but you just really remember
when you don't know what's coming, that erases the last 80 minutes of what you've watched because stuff has happened.
Yeah.
Real Madrid beat Celta Vigo 4-1 in a very tough night for them. Yeah. John Guidetti, there's a name for you. John Guidetti.
Yeah, John Guidetti. Yeah, it's Man City youth product. Played for Celtic, obviously on loan. Celtic wanted to keep. Well, fans wanted to keep him. Don't think he ever hit the heights. I think that was probably his best move with Celta Vigo.
I think he was a fucking dickhead. Was the problem?
Probably. But yeah, I think I was trying to find out if Rodrigo has opened like a fruit and veg shop or something, but I didn't find any kind of wee nuggets like that. Unfortunately, I was hoping that we would. I think we've been too kind of recent. I think we'll have to go further back for those kind of stories.
The problem going further back is the quality of the video gets worse. 2017 seemed bad enough on 720p, but we'll see what we can find. But guys, if you know there was any videos on YouTube like full games that you think need to watch, that let us know. I think we've got 2 weeks till Serie A kicks off. We might have to see if we can dip into something Italian based for that. I've got a Lille game picked out for later down the line. I feel that we've kind of.
I think I've pointed you towards a Serie A game that we could do, so we can maybe talk about that afterwards.
And there's so many World Cup games on FIFA, but we've kind of gone past that. World Cup's gone. It's gone.
It's had its day. There'll be plenty of games. We'll
4 years' time we're moving. And even if we can get like a long, like a 60-minute or something, or like a half an hour version that gives us I don't just want like a 5-minute highlight reel. I want
no, we get that.
I want the bones of it. But yeah, let us know anything you find that we can watch. Let us know what you think of the new format. We want ideas for categories because it won't be the same ones every week.
Did anybody in this game play with Chaduri?
I don't think so. I
don't think so. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think I'm doing a quick scan.
There's nobody that I can think of it.
No.
Unless Chaduri ended up in United Arab Emirates for a wee kickabout at some point.
For a wee kickabout. Was any like dodgy? Nah, I don't think. I was like, did you know that's the one each game? I was like, I didn't see Mariano come on. That was the other game. Anyway, on that note, that'll do us for our first episode of Daniel's Penny Ladder in My Garden, going nostalgia. Let us know what you think, guys. Let us know categories or things you kind of want us to talk about on these looks back. Yeah, Scott, thanks as always.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Until next time. Yeah, everyone, thanks for watching. I'll say like, subscribe, comment, do whatever the kids do, repost. I don't know what these things are, and share the good vibes. Until next time, from me and Scott. Bye.
Adios.